Well, reining, I like to think of reining as being stock horse figure skating. If you think about it, it's all of the finesse and the beauty and the strength of figure skating done with a horse. Well, our horses are required to do a series of maneuver groups, really. Those are slide stops in either a rollback or a stop, spins left, spins right, and a series of circles and lead changes, left circles, right circles, fast, slow. All of those maneuvers have to be done very precisely and exactly as the pattern's written. Yeah, our scoring system tells our NRHA judges what they can give credit for. And really the credit's given for things that are very, very difficult to do. Smoothness, finesse, quickness and authority, performing all of those maneuvers while using controlled speed, which makes the horse more pleasing to watch to an audience. That's how we give credit.
Without doubt, what sets reining apart from other disciplines is the drive for perfection. In our opinion, the reining is the most challenging event in the Western discipline.
Of course, success depends hugely on your equine partner, because without doubt, this is the partnership that controls how much success you will have.
This is both a mental and physical game. Riders need to be able to focus and concentrate. Horses too.
I find it really fun. It's compared to anything else I've done, it's a lot more challenging because every time you go in that pen, something's going to be different and something you have to fix or change, and you go, how did that happen? And it's kind of cool every time you go in. There's always something that you fixed or changed for the better or the worse.
We don't know of anyone who would claim to master this event. That includes all the big names you are familiar with and love to watch. They have days and runs they'd like to forget as well. That's what gets addictive. The adrenaline, when you get that big score, makes you want more. The big thing is lifelong learning.
Over 40 years ago, I thought I would try to figure out how to train a reining horse, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Maybe I'm a little slow. It's one of those sports that's very captivating. It's because, first of all, there's a lot of great people involved, and we enjoy each other's company all across, really around the world. And then the other part is the horses. They are what we call steel dust horses, horses that go back to the Old West, the horses that are smart, physical, strong, and yet really, really able to accept training. So they're so special, so wonderful, that it's great being around them. It's part of what keeps my life sane. Well, the Ontario Reining Horse Association is the NRHA affiliate right here in Ontario. So really they're responsible, and ORHA is responsible for taking care of the sport, growing the sport inside of Ontario. It's had a long history of doing that and bringing a lot of people to the sport of reining.
There's a variety of level of classes at each show for you to participate in. If you are just beginning, ORHA runs a green as grass class. Now, you don't have to be a member and you don't have to own the horse for you to have an opportunity to come and try reining.
For the NRHA youth, you have to own your horse, which is the 13 and under and the 14 to 18. But the green as grass youth, the ORHA youth, and the young rider classes, you do not need to own your horse.
You know, we have, and the NRHA is expanding the number of levels available. We have some really interesting entry-level programs right now. Really, if you could go find some help, find a horse, and get your leg over the saddle, we'll find a way that you can compete and have some fun in the reining horse class. We're in a place right now, the building we're in today is owned by a gentleman who's a great friend of mine. He's in his 70s now, been a horseman all his life. He's brand new to reining, and he's having a great time with it.
ORHA puts on a great banquet at the end of the show season with really fabulous awards, and you have to have shown in 50% of the shows to qualify.
Every year at the year-end awards, every youth that is shown at 50% of the shows and has been involved in the youth, they are entitled to a youth year-end. So last year we bought sweaters and headstalls, and the year before that we had hat cans and halters.
Under the umbrella of ORHA, we are fortunate enough to have two great fraternities in this province. The OBBO program is created for any horses that are Ontario bred, born, or owned. It provides an opportunity for 2-year-olds to show in a reining pleasure and for the 3-year-olds to show in the reining. And there are divisions in the reining for participation at many levels. Colts can be nominated as weanlings and payments made each year. There's also a late payment schedule built in for horses to be nominated up until they're shown in their 3rd year.
The Sire Stakes fraternity is driven by stallion owners paying a fee to nominate their stallions to this program. Only foals by these specific stallions are eligible to show. A weaning payment enters the foal in the program, but there is also a late payment schedule built in. There is a 2-year-old pleasure with open and non-pro divisions, as well as the 3-year-old reining with multiple divisions. These horses are also eligible to show in a Sire Stakes Derby for the 4th, 5th, and 6th year.
The ORHA is definitely a family-oriented group, and it's a family that we're really proud to be part of. Every person involved knows just how hard this is. You'll always see strong support for each other during runs. Even though you might be going head-to-head competition with somebody, you can always appreciate when they've had a great run. People cheer for each other all the time.
Whenever I go to the shows, everyone in the stands, they're so nice, no matter who they are, if they show, if they're not, if they're a high level. Everyone's so nice. And whenever you go in and show, and I know specifically like your first few times when you're insanely nervous and you don't know really anyone in the crowd, they'll still cheer for you anyway just because they're that nice.
One highlight for us was last summer at the Kempville show.
It was our 40th anniversary, and my sister had made this huge cake to take to the show. On the Saturday night, all the people there had a spontaneous celebration for us. Everyone brought whatever food they had, and we all had this huge meal together, and it was just fabulous. We were really touched.
There's so many great people in the organization that I have so many friends that are rainers that I just can't leave it because it's too important to me.
You know, I think it all wraps up in this. Winston Churchill once said that there's something about the outside of a horse that's good for the inside of a person. And that's really true of all horses, but particularly for me true of the reining horses. It's wonderful competition, great people, and the best horses on the planet.
Anyone who wants to join, specifically the youth, they would be really welcomed and feel included because no one will be excluded when the youth are just all so friendly to each other, so everyone's welcome.
Come to one of our shows and for sure someone will make you welcome. Ask questions and get involved. Introduce yourself and best of all bring your family and have fun. Any organization is what you make it and the people in the ORHA make it great.